Today we have a very interesting topic, varieties of English. Have you ever seen or have you ever witnessed somebody saying something and then you do not understand? Or have you ever witnessed a confusion because of choice of words? Yes, you have. And it's not like the two of them are saying different things. They're saying the same thing, but they have different words to express it. Who wants to give me a clear example? Any example? Varieties of English. When many people come together, when there is language contact, a lot of things come to play. I am from a particular ethnicity, and then you are, and then that person is. When we come together, we need to speak, we need to communicate, we need to understand. So when we're doing that, you give me, I give you. You take, I receive. That's what gives birth to varieties of English. Who colonized Nigeria? So, our English is patterned after British English, true or false? But sometimes when you use your laptops, you're spelling color as COLOUR, and it tells you wrong spelling. Have you encountered that? Yes. And you're wondering, no, this is spelling my teacher taught me in school, right? COLOUR. Why is he doing that? The laptop must have been configured to American English. So you are here using British English, saying the spelling is wrong. Meanwhile, it is right because the standard of that configuration is American English. And that's what we want to look at today. Different varieties. We'll talk about American English and British English. We'll talk about Nigerian English. And we will look at Internet English. Somebody said, Nigerian English is a standard variety of English. Nigerian English is not pidgin English. Nigerian English is standard. In your dictionary, you'll see something like this. This is British English. And this is American English. If you check your dictionary, you'll see it just by the side of different words. So sometimes you see a word like this. Let's say, color. The same word, but different spellings. Different varieties. We want to look at how British English would spell some words and then American English would spell some words. For words that end with OUR for us, for American English is OR. But there's something I need to tell you. That sticking to, if you are using American English as Nigerians, it is not wrong. But you need to stick to it. So if you give me British English in the first line, and you give me American English in the second line, you fail your spellings because you are not consistent. Our standard, our traditional standard is British English. Stick to that. But if you want to use American English, it's okay if all your spellings are American English. Are we good? Please note that. Note that. So for COLOUR, what's American variation? For neighbor, ours ends with OUR and theirs ends with. For humor, HUMOUR, American English? Alright. We have a word like center. Spell the British version. CRE. And for American English, it is TER at the end. Okay, please note that. So when you're writing and you know that it is the normal English, the British English, the Nigerian standard, stick to TRE, center, center. Liter, Litre for liter, metre for meter. I'm sure we all got that. Was there anybody confused with that before and you have gotten clarification now? I believe so. Let's look at words that end with ENCE, like defense. Defense. For American English, it ends with NSE. Offense. I need to say also that sometimes it is not about variety, it's about word class. So don't get confused. For instance, I just said pretense. Which one is this? Which is this? And this? Now for a word like this, don't go telling me this is British English and this is American English. This is noun. And this is the verb. For instance, I want to advise you. As SE, that's a verb. I want to advise you. Please advise me. SE. But I have a piece of advice for you. Can you also see that my intonation changed? Advice. Advice. The stress is on the first when we're looking at it as a noun. Advice. But this one, the stress moves to the second syllable for advice. Are we together? This is advice and it's a noun, while this is advice and it is a verb. Another example is PRO. Now this is just one word. We have different ways to pronounce this. We have it as produce. Produce. As a verb, right? I want to produce something. That's a verb. But when we have it as produce, agricultural produce, what's that? That's a noun. I want you to have this intense interest in English language. When you do, it will affect the way you learn, it will affect the way you do your research. Because it's interesting to you and you need it, don't you? You need it, don't you? Yes, you do. I'm not saying that because I'm a linguist. I'm saying it because you need it. Alright, let's look at 186 now. So a word that ends with like catalog. Catalog. C-A-T-A-L-O-G-U-E. That's R, right? American English is C-A-T-A-L-O-G. That is kind of simpler, right? Okay. A word like monologue, as is G-U-E, that ends with a G. In a word like traveling, now you have to be very careful because sometimes British spelling will have two L's. And at other times, it has one L. And there's no formula. You need to just know the words that are spelled with two L's and the particular words that are spelled with one L. For instance, British English has two L's in the word like cancelled, counselor, labelled, modeling, quarreled, signaling, traveling. Then in words like willful, skillful, freedom, fulfillment, enrollment, installment, it has one L. American English will come and say, oh, why are you putting half? I lost my pen. Make it simpler, make life easier. I lost my pen. Why? I have lost my pen. What do I have doing there? British English has, he has gone home. American English would say, he went home. Make it shorter. Okay? British English would say, I have already seen this movie. American English would say, I already saw this movie. Remove the have for us. Okay? Now, we could use that to say, any time is longer, it's British English, but it's not so. Because look at the next part. In the area of possession, British English would say, I have 3 children. American English would say, I have got 3 children. So, what does this tell you? You have to be specific. You have to learn the specifics for every instance. Look at the use of the verb get. Get. He has got a prize. He has got a prize. The funny thing is, we all think that we are patterned after British English. But here, we're wrong. Because if I tell you, have you got the prize? You might try to correct me and say, no, have you gotten the prize? Right? Meanwhile, gotten is American English. And have you got is British English. Is this thrilling for you? I have 2 sisters. Oh, I have got 2 sisters. So when this one said, I have got, this says, I have gotten. Then ours says, I have 2 sisters. The others, I have got 2 sisters. Let's look at the use of will and shall. Will and shall. I will never forget this favor. I shall never forget this favor. British. And American English would say, I will never forget this favor. They're saying the same thing. The same thing. Shall I help you with your homework? Should I help you with your homework? The definite pronoun one. One must love one's country. One must love his or her country. So Americans will say his or her country, while British English would just say one's country, so that it could be a general term for his or her. Why would you use his or her every time? Just say one to cover both genders. So we also have differences in vocabulary. That's the use of words. The use of words. I think this is the most striking for varieties. I'll just pick a few words. British English would say flyover. American English would say overpass. British English would say garden. American English would say yard. That's my yard. That's my garden. Okay? British English would say the cinema. Let's go to the cinema. American English would say the movies. For British English, it's pavement. American English, it is sidewalk. Which one do you prefer? Okay. British English is toilet. American English is restroom. I prefer restroom. Okay. British English would say the boot of the car. The boot of the car. And American English will take it as the trunk, the car trunk. Okay. How about chips? Do you have some chips, please? I'm hungry. American English is fries. Oh, give me some fries. Okay? Trousers. Oh, this one is very funny. This one is very funny. Oh, I think I saw a particular reel one time where someone was talking about trousers. Oh, maybe, I think he said, have you got some pants? Pants? Oh no! And the person said, no, pants. He said, how could you ask me for pants? My pants. Then, was it a third party that came to settle the matter? That no, in
In British English, pants refers to this. It's an inner wear, but here it's called trousers. So, oh no! So that was what resolved that. Vest is undershirt. Pinafore is called jumper in American English. Now let's look at Nigerian English. How do you say Nigerian English? Nigerian English. Can you say Nigerian English? Do you know that a word like kabu kabu is now an English word? You don't know? Check a dictionary for a word like kabu kabu. It's right there. I think recently steez got into the dictionary. Yes! That is what happens when we localize English. When we take something and use it in our own way. That is authenticity, right? And that's what gives birth to a standard variety of English. So over time, we have words like bushmeat, area boys. When you say area boys, Nigerians will know what you mean. But others in other places might not understand. You say area boy, do you mean urchin? Oh yes, I mean urchin. The little boys on the street. Okay, so area boy, urchin. Yes? So we have bukateria for a local eatery. We call soft drinks minerals. Yeah? Okay? When we say, oh, you want 2,000 naira, that's chicken change. It actually refers to a negligible amount, something that you can easily forgo. Yeah? When we have a word like, that's a no-go area. That's Nigerian English. A no-go area. What does that mean? Out of bounds. Yes? Out of bounds. That's my bunkmate. What do you people call it? Bunky. Okay. Bunkmate. That's someone you're sharing bunk with. Alright. So Nigerian English is very unique. It makes us stand out, but you should be very careful when trying to carve your niche for Nigerian English, because in your trying to sound Nigerian, you should know which one is Pidgin English and which one is Nigerian English. Okay? So in a sentence like, oh, this guy has landed. This guy has landed. That landed there is not standard. It's not British English or American English. It's Nigerian English. Because when I say landed, you actually know what I mean. And can even mean, it could have two different meanings, right? I joined a conference recently. English forum for Englishes in Australia, forum on Englishes in Australia. And somebody was presenting a paper. The title of our paper was YARN, Y-A-R-N, yarn up. And what she was presenting, I was really fascinated because in Australia, they said yarn meant to speak. And in Nigerian Pidgin, yarn, what's in the yarn? Yarn means speak, right? So I shared the comments. I contributed to that particular paper and I said that yarn in Nigerian Pidgin means to speak. And the lady explained that yes, that it must have come from the sailors back then when they were going round in the early centuries, right? Trying to go around to see the world, to explore the world. That's when that word came out. So yes, we could have had it here in Nigerian English as well. So it's been a thrilling conversation on Nigerian English. We're going to move on quickly to Internet English. Do you have any questions so far on this one?
I want to ask, why is it that American English sounds so wrong sometimes? For example, you can hear something like, "He don't got no job," "Ain't you got no sense?" So I guess that doesn't really make sense compared to our British English.
Thank you. What we just read out, ain't you got no job? Ain't you got no job? That is not standard American English. That's ghetto English in America. Can you say ghetto English? Slum. So that is not, ain't you got no job? That is not standard American English. Are we good? Are we good? You see the ants? Ain't you got no job? So you are here copying that, thinking that is, you want to sound American. Meanwhile, you're not copying the standard American English. Did you get that, please?